This is what we looked at last time. I was asking you how you think that black should proceed in this position. Let's just make a very brief recap so that I make sure that everybody remembers this, right? Let's see if I can find it myself. We'll see. I'll do my best. Okay, I think I got it. Yeah, like this, like that, and this is an important move. All right, 1 minute, guys. Let's see if you can remember this. Yeah, some of you are sending uh, the answers. Take your time. Quirky, careful with the move order. That's probably not the same thing, right? Is it? Um, oh, interesting. So some of you wanted to play like that. Yeah, we can look at that also before we continue with next topic. Okay, Titan Chess, congratulations. That's exactly what happened in the game. Greek Grandmaster Theodoru with the black pieces. That's exactly how he proceeded here, trying to reach a favorable scenario, good knight versus bad bishop. So if I say to you that it's about good knight versus bad bishop, you can already imagine what is the method to get that right. Of course, we should trade off those minor pieces, the other minor pieces, no, the black bishop and the white knight, right? Okay. So who got close here? Can King Sam, Gordon. Yeah, if you play that Can King Sam and Gordon, I will invade. I will invade on the seventh rank, right? So, Chess Vedant, you remember the idea, but I think the execution was slightly mistaken. So, why are there so few people here today? I think there are some open tournaments, right? Over there in the US. I think you have the World Open maybe coming up, something like that. Some tournaments coming up next. So, that might be the reason. All right, we should ask Titan Chess. World Open starts tomorrow, I see. Please go ahead, Titan. You will enlighten us here. How should black continue? So bishop takes e3 first. In the first place, we would like to know, will they take like this or will they take like that? If they take like this, we change plan completely, right? Titan, we're not interested in this anymore because they will take with the pawn. So we can start giving them some massage on these pawns, right? For example, Titan, what will you play? Just one. Exactly, one possible move. Attacking this pawn, maybe we can bring the queen to c5. Maybe the bishop can go that way. Yeah, we have many plans here to work on. What's clear is that we will not take on f3. So that's also the reason why if you played, uh, what was the other variation that we talked about? We talked about something else last time. Yeah, some people said this, right? And I was saying that if you do this, what was the variation that we talked about? I think we talked about this variation, right? And we said that this is not the same thing because now, obviously, it's a different structure, right? We don't get there this time because this is, yeah, already there is no reason to think that the knight is better than the bishop, right? So, yeah, I hope everybody double D pawns, sim as well, and double E pawns. Yeah, that depends on the opening you play, right? Double D pawns, yeah, you don't get them very often. You're right. Interesting. Double F pawns, I would say they come up with. Not to speak of double G pawns in the Caro can, for example. But yeah, that's another, or double B pawns in Italians or whatever you like. So anyway, back to Titan. Now Titan will explain this to us. Um, what? Yeah, exactly. We're back in business now. So White took with the queen, trying to keep correct pawn structure. Now, knight is pinned. White played rook d2, unpinning and preparing rook d1. However, at this moment, of course, black hurried to take before white can move the knight. Yeah, taking with the pawn, it's disastrous. That would lead to a terrible attack. Yeah, we don't need to queen and knight, good team, and so as they say. So queen takes, and yeah, now we get what we were looking for, right? We get that favorable endgame with a good knight versus bad bishop. However, we should be a little careful. Some people wanted to play knight f4 here, but that invites rook d7. I don't think we should do that. This is a great move if queens are on, right? That's the move we would love to play with queens on, but with queens off, it's not the same thing anymore. White's king won't exactly get mated, right? So they have a lot of counterplay here. Some people want to play g5, and I think that's what happens when you learn something, but you don't apply it at the right moment. This comes later. Now, again, you're inviting rook d7. So please go ahead, Titan, show us how to carry out the move order. Of course, we should play this because if we let them play rook d1, they have two active rooks and we have two passive rooks. It's better for us if they have one active rook and we have one passive. Yeah, imagine two rooks on the seventh rank, for example. All right, please go ahead. Oh, it's my turn. No, yeah, it's my turn. Yeah, sorry. All right. So, moment of truth. White is just one move away from playing rook d7, but Titan just plays knight f6, of course. Yeah, I know everybody. We wanted to go to f4 with the knight, but we can't achieve everything in life that we want, right? So knight f6, great move, preventing rook d7. White would love to play this dynamic move to play e takes f4, e5, but there is a tactical problem with this that Titan and also Grandmaster Theodoro know exactly. The bishop is now hanging. So in the game, we're doing this recap because some people were not here last time, so you can pick up some new things here, perhaps. In the game, they started here with a move, bishop b3. So now everybody understands f4 is coming up, and that's where that strange pawn move comes, right, Titan? That's where the strange pawn move comes. We should not let them play exactly guinea pig. You're right, g5. Strange move. You say, hey, what's that good for? That's pawn move. The only reason he played it is because he knew that f4 was coming. So if he had played king f8, for example, slow plan, so to speak, safe to say white will play f4, and this is now a different story, right? Different story. Or if you take, I'm convinced that somehow you can make a draw here with black, but it's not what you want, of course. You wanted to win this game or pray for a win. So much nicer move what he played in the game. And yeah, we don't have to see the rest of this. Later on, he brought in the king. I think he did something on the king side. Now he push these pawns? He maneuvered the knight and so on. Yeah, it was a long game. But basically, that's what we were talking about last time. Sometimes we can envisage this kind of good knight versus bad bishop scenario already from the very opening. And that's what black did in this game. You had some other ideas here, just very briefly. Some people wanted to play knight f4. All right, I'll play rook d2 and I'll try to survive in this position. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, interesting position. Maybe black is having an initiative, but in my opinion, what he played in the game was much cleaner. This little uh, exchange operation or simplification operation or whatever you would call it. Okay, it's time for us to move on, and we will start a new topic today, which is what I call tactical details. So, what do I mean by tactical details? You would say tactics is mainly for tactical aims, like winning material or giving mate and things like that. But very often we need to consider tactical details in the strategical battle, right? So we had a similar topic some time ago. We called it tactics helping strategy. We had this. This is such a rich subject that we had a series of this some time ago, some months or I don't know years ago, and I have some new examples that I wanted to share with you guys. So let's bring them on. Let's take our first example. This was played only, I think, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, end games. We will do that later, right? At the chess. Yeah, it's very interesting. Also, we just did end games, right? Knight versus bishop. We did 3 sessions on end games. So I thought we should do some strategy now, but strategy with a tactical touch, you could say. So, all right, guys. Trivia. What is which opening is this? Anyone who's good with openings? No, it's not French, but it could be French. It's a caro. Yeah, for some reason. I think it's because of this, maybe. And I also know that Grandmaster Paichacer from Georgia plays the caro very much. So that's not a surprise. All right, guys. I will quiz you for this little continuation here. Why to play? Let me know what you think is White's best continuation. I will only ask you for 3 moves here, okay? Take your time, guys. Take your time. Think in strategical terms, but use some tactical details on the way, right? Okay, L008, congratulations. This was not difficult for you. You made it in just 15 seconds. The same goes for Quocky, 20 seconds. HDI Chess, King Sam. I can't even drink my coffee. All right, very quickly. Tactical Magician, congratulations. Alice, you found it. Great work. Titan Chess, another winner. Oh, some people want to push g5. Interesting. Yeah, that's not bad. G5 is in the spirit of the position, you can safely say. Awesome, Owen, you got it also. Aha. There is a topic which I call the hidden pin, no? The hidden pin. And this could be applied to that, the hidden pin. Like some pins are more evident than others, no? Some pins, like if you play the Queen's Gambit and you put the bishop on g5, pinning the knight on f6, that's like a very evident pin. But there are other pins which are less evident. And this is one of them. So, okay, we had a few other winners here. Anonymous Tiger and Chess Vedant. All right, very quickly. L Quoki, HDI, Kai King Sam, Tactical Magician, Alice, Shen, Titan Chess, Awesome Owen, Anonymous Tiger, and Chess Vedan. 10 winners, I think. So congratulations to all of you. Let's ask L, who was fastest on this occasion. Please go ahead, L. How did the untitled Indian player continue here? Bishop takes, pawn takes, and here comes our key move. Not very difficult, but very useful, right? Yeah, you can see the point here, of course. The hidden pin along the d file. Black doesn't have a chance to parry these two threats. Yeah, he can parry one of them, but not both. In the game, they took on e5. And we simply take on c5. Exactly. So what did we gain from this? Well, we didn't gain any material. That's safe to say. However, we have like nice pressure on this position. And you can see that Black's main problem here, in my opinion, is the king, right? The e5, I like that way of thinking, Titan. The e5 pawn was a liability. Yeah, you could say that. That actually when you lose this pawn, it's a blessing for you because it opens up space for your pieces and so on, like some gambits where you give up that pawn also. So yeah, good way of thinking, definitely. Okay, let's just check very quickly the other alternative. Some people said g5. I mean, this is a very good move if Black castles short. I can understand that perfectly. You open up the king side, you have a hook and so on. I guess Black would play knight f5. I think the computer was saying that this was much better for white anyway, but we're talking human chess here, right? So we should try to find the humanly most attractive way. So yeah, you can probably claim an advantage here also, but who knows? Maybe Black one glorious day they will castle long instead. I don't know. With that pawn, then the e6 pawn is backward. Yeah, exactly. When the e5 pawn drops up, I think Titan just wants to say, then this pawn becomes a weakness for Black, but it's not so easy to get at this pawn while our pawn is on e5. Exactly. So g5 it's possible, but it's not very flexible, you could say. It gives Black this square for free. Bishop h3, interesting. Yeah. What can I say about that move? It should have some bad side to it. No, maybe I can take and I can try to use the square. Oh, you meant earlier. I see. Yeah. Another move that people were saying is this one. This one looks like a blunder, no? So I will ask somebody who said bishop d3. Yeah, Gordon, you said bishop d3. All right, Gordon, I need to ask you something here. If I play d4, what had you prepared here, Gordon? What was your idea? We need to figure out this mystery. Was it okay to play bishop d3, or was it not okay? Yeah, don't get scared. Yeah, exactly, Titan. Titan has already helped you here. Exactly. Bishop e4. So actually, white is much better in this position. Funny, no? They're using this pin, but in a different way. Yeah, rich tactics. Now the rook is hanging, and all the time Black has this problem with the pawn on the bishop on d7. I mean, something like that. It's not good for Black. So I think your move is fine also, but obviously Black has no reason to play d4. They could play something else here. I don't know if I can just take on e5. So maybe, yeah. I guess this is still dangerous for Black. Now the king is in the center. As Titan explained, the e-file opens. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't play that. Yeah, maybe we should play queen c7, says Titan. Yeah, maybe. I'm honestly thinking about castling long. I know there is a problem with bishop takes a6, so I had to figure that out. But I'm honestly keeping this in my pocket because castling short, it seems like asking for trouble. Now they will play g5. So interesting move, bishop d3. But I'm fairly convinced that the best way is the way that he chose in the game. So that's what L008 told us, to take first and play knight e4, heading for d6. If Black defends, I mean, we will of course play knight e6. And if Black plays like in the game, queen takes, knight takes e5, it's still a very, very unpleasant position for Black. He made a draw in this game. The Grandmaster made a draw, but that's because he's a Grandmaster, right? This position was very difficult for him. He played in the game rook b8. White played simply c3 to avoid the mate, of course. And here he has several issues here. Though you can see White might take at some point. Although it's not clear if the king is actually worse on d7. Me personally, I would wait a little with this move. I have it in the pocket, and I'm restricting my opponent. Rook b6 was played in the game. Now he played the bishop d3 move. Queen d6, queen e3. Very, very unpleasant. Yeah, very unpleasant game for Black. Rook c6. White could play in different ways here. Anyone? Could anyone tell me like a simple plan here for White? Some simple option? The simplest it can get. What do you think that would be? Yeah, he played before in the game, Titan. The Indian untitled player, Subrata, played before. A very interesting move. And the game got very complex now. I mean, this cannot be good for Black, but that's how the game went. So I don't know. Chaotic game. Computer will tell you that White is winning for the human, that's less evident. You can see that in a practical perspective. Black has some counterplay. I remember that the computer was saying all the time that you should just sack on e4 and yeah, attack the king. But yeah, maybe this is not the simplest path. I actually thought that's interesting when you analyze with computers. Sometimes you can ask them for different moves, right? And you can see what they say about this or that. And you try to figure out yourself which would be the most human way to play. And one of the other choices that the computer proposed was something like this, to just take and put the rook on f1, something like that anyway. So this seems much simpler for white to play, something like that. Okay, they can take with a queen also, but in that case, I think it's basically the same thing. So you can't really play without the rook, right? You can't play without that rook. You can try to trade it, but your king is still in big danger, right? As you can see here, if you yeah, it's simply much nicer to play this position with with it's much more pleasant. Yeah, you can't castle. Yeah, you're right. So anyway, I think we understood this one now. White's mission here was to somehow seize the initiative, try to exploit the fact that Black's king is in the middle. How can that be done? Well, only if we notice this very clever plan. I hope everybody understood also that you cannot start with this move, right? Fancy move 94. That's a bad idea, right? Anyone? Yeah, d4. Oh, you were looking at this tactical. Tactical looked at this bishop takes e3, and if you go 96, there is a bad surprise awaiting you. Of course, we can now take on d6. So not every way leads to Rome. I would say in maybe 95% of the cases in tactical chess, there is only one right move order, right? It's very rare that you can use several move orders. So don't do this, please. This ends in an extra piece for black. So we should definitely play like the grandmaster. Start with this move and then play knight e4. All right, let's move on. Let's take our next example. I think the next one will be a little simpler, but we will see. We will see. Here we are. This game is slightly older. It's played in Great Britain. Two grandmasters, Chris Ward and Daniel Gormley. You're playing with the black pieces. I would like to know what you think is the best or most powerful way to play with the black pieces here. Beware that the computer will not support this completely, but I support it, and that's the most important thing today, right? What is topic? Yeah, topic today is tactical details, all right? Tactical details. Okay, L, you got this in 5 seconds. Congratulations. Interesting now, L, you who already finished, you can consider that the computer actually doesn't like this so much for black. But the grandmaster played it, and I think it was also unpleasant for white. So it's again about the difference between human chess and computer chess. So tactical details, guinea pig, we're talking about using tactical details to reach, you could say, positional goals, no? To reach positional goals. Okay. Okay, interesting move by Quacky Mexico Chess Swiss. Interesting. Yeah, what would I play against that? I like the way you're thinking. Now I understand. You want to recapture the bishop on h5. Okay, we have a second winner. HDI Chess also got it. Great work. Aha, tactical magician. So many people wanted to play like that. I'll ask HDI Chess about this. I'll ask HDI Chess. Let's see if I can bring up HDI Chess. Please go ahead, HDI. Oh, Sui Random, you were very close. B5, isn't that a surprising move? I would say that, no? Surprising for most of us. What's the connection with the Benko Gambit? No Benko features here. You can't even play A6, right? But there is a deep idea behind this. You have to look at the board. The board is big, right? Aha, suddenly this little queen maneuver appears on the menu. So e takes d5, and we can then go for queen h4, and yeah, black will get back the piece. So interestingly, I think Gormley was very happy about this position. Oh, we have some. Yeah, we can talk about that, Titan. Yeah, we'll go step by step. Anyway, so that's what I'm saying. I'm talking all the time about the computer and so on. So the computer actually likes this for white. He says d6, but I think it's still highly disputable, this position. So you can perhaps take on d6, and you can take here and take that. And, white doesn't have many pawns front of the king. You can try to take this pawn next turn. I don't know. Maybe if you play Stockfish, you won't win this game with black. But I think against most human opponents, black is having a nice game at this point. If you cancel and you take on b5, yeah, you can see we're not even material down. And again, white's king is a little weak. Please notice, don't trade queens, please, in this kind of position. Yeah, compensation. I mean, we're not even material down, so I don't know if compensation is the right word, but we have at least activity, you could say. And one glorious day, perhaps we can find a way to run with these pawns and so on. We have to take care of our king, of course. So yeah, that's what he played in the game. He played this move b5. There were other choices. The computer likes more the move b6, just to play for some kind of blockade with 98 and 96. All right. I don't know. I like white more here, but who can discuss with the engine? No, but I like white to go for b4 and c5. But he's somehow saying that this is oh, rook takes f7. Really? Okay, we will check that magical. I don't want to leave any loose threads here. Let's see what tactical had to say in this crazy variation. Let's see. Pawn takes, bishop takes, rook takes. Yeah, I don't want to miss any details. So rook takes f7. Tactical wants to play queen f3 and pick up the. But I guess I'll let you do that, right? I'll let you do that. I'll take. You go here. I guess I play knight f6. You take here. You think you're winning here, tactical? I wouldn't say that. But I'm not saying you're losing either. I'm just saying it's playable for me also, this position. I don't know whose king is weaker here in this position. Some perpetual, maybe. Yeah, rook f1 says tactical. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I would love to take, of course, but then maybe you have queen. That's probably what tactical is after. So put the queen in the middle. That's usually what we say, right? The queen endgames, put the queen in the middle. That's the place it likes. Yeah, king somewhere, and I don't know. I don't know if it's a draw, but it's at least interesting to play this with black. I would love to move my king and try to attack somehow, but that's probably too optimistic. A4 maybe, yeah, just safeguard everything. Yeah, who's better here? I don't know. Black is pressing. That's what I think also. Yeah, black is having some initiative. This looks interesting for black. Please remember, guys, queen in the middle. That makes a lot of sense in the endgame. So, all right, that's what I think is the best choice. That's what Gormley played in the game. In the game, by the way, they played something like this. I think he didn't. Yeah, he didn't take. He didn't like this word. He played queen f2 instead, and then Gormley just retreated the knight. They got this position, and yeah, this is heaven for black. Of course, this is very nice for black. Computer will tell you slight advantage, but we all know that this must be very nice for black in practice. You can see that the knight is trying to reach d4. Then we talk about long evening for white, right? Okay, other moves that you told me here, knight h5. That's, I mean, I understand the point. I'm not sure if that's the right trade for you, though. I mean, could I maybe just take, and could I put my queen here and castle? Are you sure this is healthy for you? Because I'm going c5 very soon here. Yeah, all right. You're talking about rating now. What's your rating? What's your rating? Interesting. Okay. Yeah, don't think too much about rating. The important thing is just to play and gain experience and so on. Aha. Yeah, I think white is pressing in this position. I think white's pawn structure is sounder and the knight is struggling a little. So, anyway, should we continue perhaps? So, this was a nice little tactic. You can see the knight was hanging. Not so easy to discover this motive. Okay, I have a trivia question, guys. In which other knight b6? Oh, here, knight b6. That's an amazing move. I see, I see. Very deep thinking, like Botvinnik thinking, no? Good double pawns, holding up white's pawns and so on. Yeah, interesting. I think Botvinnik would approve of your idea. Chess, title chess. Yeah, interesting. What would I play against that? Yeah, you're actually forking me, so I can't go back, right? So I have to play like that, I think. Well, maybe I should just insist anyway and just castle and try to get c5 in and play on the queen side. I don't know. If you get the full scale blockade, I will believe you, Titan, but maybe you don't. I don't know. Hard to tell. Queen d6 or a4. Yeah, you can pick only one, I'm afraid. So if you go a4, I will play c5 and I will claim that sometimes I can press against this pawn. But you have some compensation here. Yeah, definitely. Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I shouldn't have played castles. Maybe I should have played something like b3. Is that too lame to play like that and then keep this in the pocket? Queen d6 now. Yeah, I was going to castle, right? And try to, yeah, what about c5 first? Queen c5. Yeah, exactly. No, I won't take. I would play something like this here. I think it was Julio Granda who had a game like that. I remember this pattern. Very nice pattern. We can trade, but on my terms, please. Something like that. No, I don't know. Maybe black is okay here. Bring the knight to d6 and so on. Interesting. Yeah, very deep thoughts. Knight b6. I like it. But Botvinnik would like it also. So many possible options here in this position. So I was asking for a trivia. In which other opening can you imagine this kind of pattern with queen h4 hitting the king and the knight? Okay, trivia. Queen takes e3, knight e7. Yeah, maybe you're right, Alice. You could play like that. King's Indian Summers. But do you really put a knight on a4 in the semis, Titan? That's not just that King's Gambit. Where you put a knight on a4? No, few openings, right? Few openings. So I was thinking about this. I'll show you mine. I'll show you the only one that I could come up with. Vienna, maybe. Yeah, maybe in the Vienna game, something like knight a4 and hitting the bishop on c5. You're right. Maybe that's. Oh, sorry. Let me reset. Yeah, maybe some Vienna line like. Yeah, how would that happen? By the way. Yeah, I can't really. I don't know how that would happen. Hard to tell, no? Anyone? Bishop c4? Something like that? Yeah, I don't know. Crazy opening. Uh-huh. Oh, I see. Knight, bishop c5. Yeah, bishop c5 and some stuff with knight a4. I'll tell you the one that I remember. It's in the Sicilian. It's a second-rate opening, but I mean not the Sicilian. The line I was about to show you. It's a second-rate opening. I think it's it is the accelerated dragon. It goes like this. This is the only one I could really come up with. I think it's like that. And if white is not well versed in opening theory, they will play here. Yeah, you should play bishop c4 here, right? That's the best option, right? Bishop c4, or the most critical option at least. But if white doesn't know their theory, they will play something like this, and you castle and you play queen d2. Yeah, this doesn't work well when the pawn is on d7, right? What would black play here, anyone? Of course, we play d5, and I think this is how we get there, right? Take e5, knight e7, white plays f4. Yeah, you can guess the rest, right? Black says, I want to play c5, I will play e6, exactly. And white says, okay, I need to blockade. No, like in Nimsovich Spirit, I should try to get a grip on this square, and I play knight a4. You're right, Alg, exactly. Alg has understood this. Aha, Gordon also, knight takes e5. So I think this has happened in some game. Yeah, that was the only one I could come up with. I think this happened in some old game. So yeah, what can happen if you don't prepare your openings properly, right? If you face the Sicilian accelerated dragon with the white pieces, you can't just recycle this dragon, the normal dragon way of playing. If the pawn is on d7, you should play bishop c4 instead. Yeah, exactly, guinea pig, bishop c4 and bishop b3. This is important to play this move quickly, else you have some issues with. Yeah, how does it go with queen? No, this is wrong. This is wrong, right? You should play bishop c4 first here, right? If I'm not mistaken, and then you play bishop b3. If you play f3 first, I get this funny line with queen. Oh, sorry, mouse slip. I get this line in, right? Queen d4. Yeah, I guess some of you are experts in the Sicilian dragon, and so you must know this. Aha, I think so too, Titan. That's my opinion too. I mean, this is not the topic of today, but if we compare the two dragons, I would definitely say that main problem with accelerated dragon is that you let them play the Maroxy, and if they play the other one, you get a good dragon. I mean, like the other dragon, the normal dragon with d6, because they have already committed the bishop to b3, right? This move is not obligatory in the other line. Okay, never mind. Some people here perhaps never played the dragon and never will, so we should continue. All right, take the next one. Okay, the next one, I think maybe we saw it. Did we see this one? Forgive me if we saw it last time. I'll give you only 30 seconds on this. Hans Niemann game. You're playing with the black pieces. I think we saw this in the past, so please forgive me that this was already shown. You get only 30 seconds, right? Oh, both are bad for black. Yeah, maybe if you asked the computer, Titan, but I think the Sicilian accelerated dragon is still playing. Okay, L, tactical, HDI, exactly. Okay, anyone let me know. Did we see this one before? I have a bad memory. I don't remember. Did we see this one? Maybe we did, right? In some other lesson. HDI, Quok, Daniel, Gordon, Titan. This is exactly what happened. I think we did see this one, but yeah, never mind. We're doing some recap today. Awesome, Owen, you found it also. Great work. Never seen. Okay. If you have never seen it, I like that answer. Well, that's a great answer. That means that we are on the right track. All right, tactical, please go ahead. Where is the tactical magic here? What to do about this gloomy night? Exactly. That's what Pranet played in the game also. ED, and black found a simple tactic here, knight c5. In one single go, we're able to bring the knight to e4. Aha. We bring the knight to e4. This, by conventional means, this will be very difficult to carry out, right? You can imagine yourself. Yeah, from here, what do I do? How do I how do I get on the right circuit? No, it's not easy at all. But if we use this little tactical detail that the pawn is currently protecting the knight, we can play like that. So that's exactly what happened in the game. I think he cancelled, and we just finish your mission here. Exactly, we just play knight e4, and black is at least not worse. That's exactly what happened in the game. I think they traded on e4, and later on, Pranet launched the minority attack, and Niemann did not have much of an advantage. I would say it has to do a little with this knight. Usually, it's not in such a good place in these London structures or Caro-Kann structures. It made a big difference. That's the way we can bring in the knight. Yeah, any other things that you said here? 97, some people were saying that looks a little suspicious, but I guess I have this move. Those of you who said that, maybe this is hanging. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's a better option what he played in the game. So using this little tactical trick, I also noticed that Keimer, the German young grandmaster, he had played this also in a bridge game. So it was known from before. So nice little trick. Like forbidden moves, we could not touch this square, but we actually could. All right, let's continue. Let's see something else. This is a game played last year in the United States. Um, Very creative grandmaster with the white pieces, um, inventor of several opening systems and so on. So Shabalov is always going for an attack, right? Very active player, very interesting games. He has just played here the move f4, which is of course correct according to the strategy of this position. However, we should also check tactics, right? We should also check tactics. So I would like to know how you think black should continue here, all right? White has just played g4, typical plan, hitting the king, trying to hit black's pawn structure, attacking the pawn chain. Anonymous Tiger, congratulations, you have found this. Half a point for ALG, tactical, chess whiz, and so on. There is something stronger, ALG and tactical, and the whole group that said knight h4. I understand your idea, of course, but there is something even more tasty at that point. So we have only two winners here, Anonymous Tiger and HDI Chess. Yeah, you're the winners here. You saw that knight has a great future here. Sui Random, nice to see you around again. Sui, you found this also after some thinking. So imagine Shabalov playing white, you're playing black. He plays g4. You have to take your chances, right? Awesome moment. Congratulations. You have also found it. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, many people were sidetracked. Many of you found this the right way of thinking now, but you played knight h4 on the end. Yeah, I can tell you there was a better knight move. Please go ahead, Anonymous Tiger. Step out of the anonymous here, Anonymous Tiger. After white g4, yeah, that's not a difficult move, but the next one is important. Exactly. Unfortunately for white, yeah, this move was supposed to be illegal. No, it was supposed to not work. You can compare it with the previous one. No, with the previous one. Hold on, guys. Chessable Classroom, great place. It's me who is failing sometimes. I'm trying to find the previous example. Patience, please. Yeah, this is Niemann's example, right? So I'm just saying it's like the same principle. No, we put our knight on the square where it can be taken. I think it was Tigran Petrosyan who said that one difficult thing for chess players is to put our pieces on a square where they can be attacked, or they are attacked. Sorry, not where they can be attacked, where they are attacked by an enemy piece of less value. Like, for example, putting a rook on e6 versus a bishop on, where was the bishop in that game? On c4 or b3 maybe? Like in the game against Reshevsky, no. This, or putting a rook on c4 when white can take it with the bishop on d3 against Spassky, and so on. Never mind, back to business. Let's go back to Shabalov's example again. Yeah, so let's see it again. Please go ahead. Who was showing this? Anonymous Tiger. Let's do it again, Anonymous. So knight f5, we can clearly see the point. I cannot take. Then I get mated here, I think. There is no legal way of avoiding mate, is there? I don't think so. I can try, of course. Yeah, I mean, you have this very clear threat. I would have to cover that square. Knight f3 is mate in 1, I think. You can give mate on the g file instead, I think, in that case. That would be exactly. That would be embarrassing for white. So what can I play here? Yeah, king g2. Doesn't have a nice feel to it. Rook f3 maybe. Can I play that? I will try just to see that we understand this together. So I think this cannot work, right? Please go ahead. Yeah, exactly. Feel no pressure. Anonymous Tiger, this must be mate, right? Exactly, mate next turn. So yeah, that would be a terrible outcome for white. So in the game, actually, Shabalov, what did he play in the game? He played, he took Yeah, this was possible, but ugly, of course. Then we don't. They can play g6 maybe, and we don't have f5. So yeah, let's go back to the game. So white played bishop f2, and here came the next little surprise. Exactly, knight e3. Nice move, right? Many of you were saying knight h4. I understand that's a perfect pattern in this kind of position. This is probably also fine for black, but I don't know how promising it is. Could I try to somehow play, I don't know, knight f3, and I would like to take and play king g2 and rook h1. Now I don't think you're baiting me, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's funny how white has a million pieces over there. Wait until you see the next example, Titan. Just wait, just wait. You will see this again. So 93, that's what he played. But hats off to Shabalov. He didn't lose the corners here. He played simply queen e1. That's what you do when you're in trouble, right? That's what you do when you're in trouble, when people are approaching your board, looking at what happened here, what disaster stroke in this game. But yeah, don't lose your head. It's just exchange, and it's a fairly close position also. So he just gave up the exchange, and later on he was able to make a draw here. And Helnitsky is a strong player, so it's not that easy. But he managed to save a draw in the game. In the end, Shabalov. I guess he's favored by the fact that there is only one open file. And so, how did he make a draw? Yeah, that's a good question. You'll have to check the megabase or something. But yeah, difficult, of course, to make a draw here, unless you're Shabalov. So yeah, the knight is not really good, but I guess it can improve at some point. You'll have to. This is where it would like to be, right? But it's far away from there. Aha. All right. So I think we all got it. No, pawn takes. G4 was not a good idea. It was strategically correct. Please notice, strategically all right, but tactically flawed because black had this very nice resource, knight f5, and then the queen is coming. White can try to keep things in order, but they will lose at least the exchange here in this case. Okay, let's take our next example. So if you have seen this example, I think the next one won't be very difficult. So that's what we are referring to here, learning in patterns. This game was played just a few months ago in the Asian Zone Championship. So let's look at this from White's perspective. You can see that White has played, or Black has played some kind of, yeah, I think it's the Pirk defense maybe, or some strange opening. Yeah, I can't really tell you how this came about. But that's the position they have here, and White hurried to play just like Shabalov, f4, all right? So some of you have perhaps seen this before, others have not seen it. So I would simply like to know how you think Black should continue at this point, all right? You get for this mission 1 minute. Don't send the answer to the chat, please. Yeah, like in the King's Indian, exactly. The A5 before, exactly. Or like in the Caro, yeah, I see what you mean. Gaining space on the King side. Uh-huh. Okay, tactical, you get half a point for that answer. Alice also half a point. I think there is a small difference. Yeah, what would I play on that move? May I play Queen F2 maybe? Tactical, L, Alice, Chess Whiz, HDI, Quocky. I will play Queen F2, right? I will do like Shabalov. I will cover that square on H4 before disaster strikes again. Okay, so we random. Congratulations, we have a first winner here. Gordon, second place. Daniel, best. Yeah, you're almost the best here. Third place. Great work. Okay, a lot of people are sidetracked because you saw the Shabalov example, right? But you don't try to copy everything like copy and paste. No, sometimes you have to add some extra touch to it. Awesome, Owen. That's really awesome. You got it. Also, we have 4 winners. Sui Random was fastest. Please go ahead, Sui. Show us how does Black continue here. Please notice that the line is not forced. It's not forced. But if White wants to keep a grip on the e5 square, they'll have to play exactly like I'm playing now. And there it comes. Exactly. If you play knight f5, I can probably play queen f2. I don't know. It's still very shaky for me, but yeah, at least for now I prevent queen h4, right? So please go ahead, Sui. Please continue. Yeah, this wins the game, right? This wins the game because just as in the other example, if I take on d5, like Titan was saying, incredible with so many pieces defending and the king having plenty of space. They are mated. Yeah, I can't really explain this technically. Why does this happen? But it does. It does happen. Yeah, it does happen. Strange. And also, you can see that if I try to be clever here with Queen D4, yeah, it doesn't make a big difference because you can attack and defend at the same time, right? Exactly. We are defending also. So, yeah, what a terrible experience for the Grandmaster Megaranto, who played this, lost, resigned at that point, resigned after this move, knight takes d5. Wow. I think so, or he lost a few moves later. But how terrible, no, terrible. And it's like self goal, no self goal. Um, you handed over the game on a plate for black, so to speak. You could have played in many ways at this point if we look from white's perspective. So, yeah, you could have played in many ways. The computer likes this move, for example. I don't like it so much, but this is what the computer likes, gaining space, right? I like this move, King G2. I like this. I want to play F4 later, but I don't want to run into this little trick. And for the record, no, you can of course play F4, but then after pawn takes, you can see you have to play this so that you clean the H file, right? But here you would have to play like that instead. And we didn't want that, right, with white, because in that case, the knight settles on e5. This is, of course, not lost for white, but it's not what we wanted to give away the e5 square like that. So, yeah, that's my way of thinking here. The plan was correct, just like in Savanov's game, but the moment was wrong because they had this juicy tactic with queen h4. Aha. All right, we should move on. The next example is less dramatic, but I like it. Yeah, it was played very recently, open tournament in Teplice. All right, let's do some geography. Teplice, where is that? Where is that? In which country? Where is that city located? Let's see who is good with European geography. You have at least 50 options, no? There are only like 50 countries in Europe, so I don't think it won't be that difficult for you guys, right? Yeah, Czech Republic or Czechia, I think it's called now. Exactly. Exactly. Good point. Good point. You know your geography. Great. Many nice tournaments in Czech Republic. There is also the famous Pardubice, which starts in, I think, in the middle of July. Great tournament. So this game was played in the Teplice Open Tournament. Black has just played at this point. Yeah, like almost like Polish. Yeah, I understand. It's the same language family, right? But okay, let's not speak languages. Let's speak. D5 was just played here by Rasik from, I think, Czech Republic, and Safarli, I know for sure, Grandmaster from Azerbaijan. And he found a very nice way of continuing here. So, all right, guys, this is a little about strategy and a little about tactics. So we will check both variations, okay? We will check both variations. We will start with one of them, okay? Yeah, that's obvious. Then we have to start with one of them. So here we go. Okay, you know you're in the US. Okay, that's great. That's basic geography, knowing in which place you are right now. Okay, so nice. How do you think the Grandmaster continued here? Black has just played d5, typical pattern. They tried to install a knight on e4, probably, like in some Rosolimo variations and so on. Interesting move by... Okay, Sui and HDI. Yeah, you basically got it. Congratulations. Yeah, that's perfectly fine what you played. Okay, let's see who else. Yeah, we will have to have a talk down with the chess whiz and tactical magician and so on. We will have to talk about this. It's about strategy also. Yeah, this one is a little more tricky. So let's see if we understand this correctly. Sui, HDI, Daniel, and Gordon, you're definitely, yeah, you can consider yourself winners. You have understood the strategical idea and you found the tactical resources to make it work. Nice. Okay, a lot of people want to play e5. Yeah, if that was the best move, maybe it wouldn't have been a quiz, right? Who knows? Okay. Yeah, it's okay, Kind King Sam. I think coming up next is, yeah, who is coming up next here? Daniel, please go ahead, Daniel. Show us what was your solution here. It's all yours, Daniel. Waiting for Daniel. Daniel best, but taking exactly bishop takes f6. So this is, in the first place, it's strange now. Why on earth would we take on f6? We're not even waiting for them to play h6. But of course, when black plays d5, what they want to do, they want to install a knight on e4, right? That's black's plan here, to seize the center with a knight. Yeah, we will come back to you, Daniel, but let me just show you quickly. In some openings now, you have this topic. If you take, for example, the Sicilian... if you take the Rosolimo, for example, some of the lines in the Rosolimo, they have this topic now. If you have this position, for example, d4 and yeah. Anyone? What would black play at this point? Black's best choice here. Aha, d5, and if white goes e5, we will play knight e4. Exactly. Yeah, most people will play like that. Some minority will play like that. It's also interesting, but this is the most typical one. right? Yeah. Oh, we have a new user here. Playing chess forever. The user tried to enter the classroom, but they don't have access. Now they have access. Welcome, playing chess forever. I hope you will continue playing chess. So another case might be in the canal attack. That's what you call it. The Moscow variation, perhaps something like that. Here you can also come across it in this line, for example, if White plays Queen E2 or Rook E1, you have the same approach, right? Anyone? What would Black play at this point? That's right. Usually before White goes Knight C3, Black should push D5 so that they can put the Knight on on E4. That's what you usually do here. But you have to be a little careful this Knight. Make sure that it doesn't drop off or something. But that's what most people play here. They put the Knight on E4. You can also play Knight G8, by the way, and play like that. Interesting line also. But okay, more to the point here. Knight E4. So once we have seen this pattern, you can find it in a bunch of other openings also. But let's go back to our case here. Let's go back to Grandmaster Safarli's example. So if we do this, they will probably try to put the knight here. I suspect they will first take on d3, so that when White takes back, we can then play knight e4. I think this is what Black is hoping for, and maybe you can later on push f6 or something, create counterplay, right? Yeah, please notice that when I take here, I'm not afraid of e takes f6 because I take back and I'm hitting the bishop also. Tactical details, by the way, tactical details in action here. Black can carry out this trade. If you don't carry out the trade, if you play something like this, I think that White is slightly better in this position. I'm not sure this bishop is so great in this position, but I'm not sure. Maybe something like queen here, or try to play e6 or something like that. Anyway, we should continue. So back to who was talking here. It was Daniel Best. So please go ahead, Daniel. We don't want them to settle on f6 on e4 with the knight, so we take first. When they take back, we get e5 for free. After bishop g7, they are just one tempo away from playing e6, but Daniel is faster, plays e6 straight away. You see, this is very, very important. Now we're able to tear up their pawn structure. This is very ugly for Black. In the game, Rasik played f takes e6, and Daniel, I think, played knight c4, right? That was over here, knight c4. Which is fine. The strategical way of playing, trying to bring a knight to e5. Very nice grip on the position. Yeah, this is bad for Black, exactly. The Grandmaster played in a slightly more aggressive fashion. So anyone, if you would play a bullet game, what would you play here, guys? Of course, knight e5, all of us would, right? We're already looking at that pawn, trying to get some combination like that to work. But okay, they will probably take. That's what happened in the game, I think. They took. Yeah, the Grandmaster didn't get tricked into taking. You can see that in that case, probably the knight won't make it back to life. No, it's probably trapped there. So yeah, please careful with such tactical details in the game. They just took on d3. The Grandmaster knows that he's much better here in the long run, so just take back. Queen d6. Okay, last move, guys. No mate with knight on f8, but the black knight, right? Yeah, don't play knight g4, guys. You have misunderstood this whole class. You'll have to leave now. No, I'm just joking. But don't play that, please. You're inviting queen f4. Please, please. You can see again, right? It's like Shavalov's move. Knight c4 here, strategically well-founded. To bring the knight to e5, attack the pawn on this. But you're falling into cheap tactics. Yeah, don't do that, please. Don't do that. We need to keep an eye on the tactics also, right? So, what to play? Hanging, exactly, Alice. So what should Black play here? White, knight c2 or knight f1. Yeah, you can only pick one, but we will pick knight c2 because that's what the Grandmaster played. All right, knight c2. No tricks on f4 anymore. Yeah, queen f. They can play queen f4, but it's not really dangerous for us, right? This is interesting to notice also. Nobody died because they took the f2 pawn. It can happen in the Sicilian also, right? Black takes the pawn on c2 in some open Sicilian, and you just walk the king to a1, and you can even attack the queen later, if you see what I mean. Anyway, so this is ugly for Black. In the game, they played. What did he play in the game? He played e5 in the game. Okay, rook f5 would be huge pain. Exactly, Titan. All right, anyone? What did White play here? How to definitely secure the positional advantage? Of course, queen h3, threatening mate. Black played h6, and the next move is not difficult for us to guess. Please notice that we want to trade queens here. No trade of queens. We have the safer king, so we should keep the queens. You're right, Daniel. Yeah, 96 take and rook takes. I'm not exactly sure how the game went, but he put his rook somewhere, maybe here. Yeah, I think they took, and he brought in the knight, maybe. Yeah, something like that. He had a very nice attack here, White, and nice position. So that's what happened in the game, all right? But there is a second story to this position. I don't know if there were any questions about this. Yeah, wins the DE wins the H pawn. All right, let's check that again. So he didn't play E5 because he knew that in that case the knight can come to E4. So he took first, since if black takes back with the bishop, then he gets E5 for free. The game went like that. This is a very important move to play before black gets E6 in. And after pawn takes knight D5, threat of knight takes H7 maybe. Yeah, not speaking of knight takes E6, bishop takes D3, queen takes. Black played here queen D6, and we played knight C2. Yeah, we didn't fall into cheap tactics. So I just wanted to see what you were saying here. Queen H3, H6 and D. Yeah, why didn't he take the pawn on E5? Very good question. I don't know the answer. That looks very promising, right? If bishop takes, we take on H6 and we're threatening mate and so on. Queen C5, yeah, there is always a reason. No, that's probably the reason. I'm targeting this pawn also. I guess you can go back, but well, we don't have the E file anymore to work on. Should be good for black, for white also. This right, queen and so on. 96-1, I thought. Oh, really? Did it win? But okay, now we're moving the pieces. Yeah, I don't know. I'll move the pieces. I'll take on C2. So you win here, Titan? Knight takes, bishop takes, and queen C8. All right. Queen C8, interesting move. I understand. I'm getting killed here. Yeah, you should be winning here. I agree. I agree. This looks very ugly for black. Yeah, we can conclude that that was probably better. Anyway, let's continue with the second part of the story here. So, should I show you another example very quickly? Okay, I have another trivia here. I have another trivia for you. No, we will come back to this one. I'm just thinking how I can show you what I would like to explain next. So, I have another question here too. Yeah, all right. So we have this position. So, anyone, what would you play with black here if you want to seize the initiative? Exactly, d5. You can, of course, play d6, play your King's Indian setup, 97, e5, and so on. Perfectly fine. Nobody will, yeah, criticize you for that. But d5 is the more critical choice. There is a nice game. Anand white, MVL with the black pieces in this variation. All right, so if e5, we all know the story, right? e5 is not advisable here, of course, knight e4, and we get this for free, and we get c5 in. So what do people play here with white? Usually they play bishop takes f6. So anyway, take with bishop or take with pawn? Yeah, take with pawn. Oh, so everybody knew this. Okay, good for you. Good for you guys. If you take with the bishop, I will play c3. I will then put my bishop here, and I will castle, and I will be completely relaxed. This will be a little like playing the French Rubinstein, if you see what I mean. If you play some kind of French Rubinstein, I'm definitely no expert on this, but at least I know how it starts. Something like that. You could get this kind of position, right? Something like this. Yeah, imagine I play this move, and imagine by mistake you took like that, and I played like that. Yeah, very easy to play this with white. Yeah, it won't happen. I know, it won't happen. You will take back with a knight instead or something. Yeah. Anyway, you can see the same kind of pawn structure. So it's slightly boring to play that with black, right? Slightly boring to play that with black. After d5, bishop takes, and I think they played it simply c3. They keep this in the pocket. They won't play that yet. It's not like in Safari's game because the bishop was there, so I don't get e5, e6 in because the bishop was still there. Yeah, black could maybe go f5. Yeah, I don't like having double pawns. I always feel like I have no play with the structure. All right, you should check that game. Anand white, MVL black, MVL took like that instead. Very good to know. This is very, very powerful. Black is already better in this position. For starters, you have some kind of tactical problem on the e file. I think white will have to play something like pawn takes and put the bishop here, and you'll play something like f5 and c5. I don't know this by heart, but it's something like that. And I would say white's opening was not a success. Black has a very nice bishop pair. Yeah, easy play for black. So that's how that came. Yeah, the bishop is very, very strong, of course. And these pawns are not exactly bad, right? They're not bad. You can sometimes use them to advance and so on. It's a little like in the Caro-Kann, the line, the famous. I don't know what name do you have for that variation, by the way? Anyone? What do you call this that everybody plays? Bishop t6, castles, and so on. I don't know. Tartakover. All right. Stafford. No, Stafford is something else. Yeah, no Stafford here. No, this is the Caro-Kann. Okay, Tartakover then. So that's a little similar, no? Hard to see some advantage for white, or at least it's very combative system with black. Magnus Carlsen and so on. Anyway, we are making a big turn from the subject. I just wanted to show you that in that other line, in the line with d4, the line like this. I just wanted to show you that it's actually very clever for black to take with a pawn. All right, gives them some extra options. And yeah, for starters, if I play like this, I think I give away a few tempi and so on. This is just very nice for black, right? So anyway, back to our example. Here we are again. Last look at this example for sure. White played bishop takes f6. So my big question is, what happens then if black takes back? Just to make this a little more challenging, you will have to play out the first move again. But this time, I will take with a pawn instead, all right? This time I will take with a pawn instead. Let's see who is tactically fastest here in this position. You get for this mission. Yeah, 1 minute, all right? So what did the Grandmaster prepare against that? Because strategically, it wouldn't be that bad for black, right, to take with the pawn. But the Grandmaster had prepared something. Okay, HDI chess, congratulations. You're right. I'm sorry, ID chess, that's what we said we shouldn't do, right? We shouldn't let the knight enter on e4. Okay, a lot of winners here. HDI, L, Alg, Gordon, Tactical, Quocky, Daniel, Anonymous Tiger. Nice. Not so difficult for you guys. Chess Vedant, you also found it. Aha. And yeah, I get the point, Sui. You can play that, but after the trade on d5, perhaps. Okay, we will look at that. Titan chess, you also got it. Yeah, this was easy. No, this was easy for you. I'm just saying we have to keep track of those tactical details in the strategical battle, else we won't play the best moves and so on. Okay, bishop takes a6 on move 3. If you play that, playing chess forever on elephant and awesome, I'll take with a knight and I'll protect that pawn with knight c7. And now I'm still in the game, I think. You can win a pawn here, all right? We will ask Alg. Please go ahead, Alg. You're one of several winners here. Where is Alg? Here, all right. Please go ahead. Aha. So we take, and yeah, we looked at this already. E5, E6. I'll take with the pawn this time. Aha. So we take on D5 because we would like to freeze the pawn structure. If they take on D3 first, this is not going to work tactically. If black could keep this situation, they might be okay, right? But you win the pawn here, right? Alg, please go ahead, Alg. Yeah, DC is too much talent. Yeah, don't play DC, please. Save that for the bullet games or so on. Yeah, let's just play solid chess. When we are offered the pawn, we take the pawn, right? Yeah, we take the pawn. Queen b5 and technical win. Aha. But if you didn't have that move, queen b5, I'm not sure how big is white's advantage here. Like some people were saying here, what did you say? Bishop takes a6. Yeah, so I'm not sure about this advantage. If you play like that, and I can put my knight here, I think black is still in the game in this case. So it's important to play the moves in the right order. So we start with ED as Al is saying, all right, so we saw that if bishop takes, queen takes, the pawn falls. I'll take like that this time. So please go ahead, knight takes d5. That's right. If you don't play this move, if you don't play this, again, I'm afraid you don't have a big advantage here. If you take on a6, yeah, I'm boring you with this, but I take back and I can defend that pawn. And I'm still in the battle here. I'm still in the battle. F5 maybe, queen d6 perhaps. I can still fight here. Even if you get c4 in, I can take and open up my bishop. That will be a strong bishop. So yeah, we have to play like Alg is saying here. We have to take and we have to take again, right? So Alg noticed here 2 tactical variations. Yeah, please go ahead, Alg. Please go ahead. Knight takes d5, because first variation, if I take with the queen, unfortunately, due to my bad development, I lose the exchange here, right? And the second variation, if I instead take on d3, it would be great, right? To take on d3 and then take back on d5. However, Alg is faster here. Knight e7. And again, Alg has stolen the pawn here. I can't really get back that pawn. I mean, I can try, of course. If you like, I can try here, but it's not going to work. Yeah, let me see. I'll try. Rook here, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, mission. Save the knight, no? How do you save the knight? Anyone? Yeah, it's no big deal here. Yeah, the knight won't disappear. Queen e4, exactly. L is good with his tactics. Yeah, of course, rook e8 is not a threat. And at this point, yeah, I mean, maybe I go here, L. Alice says queen e4 also. Queen d5. Yeah, interesting. The lifeline. I wonder if I could take maybe on e7 and maybe I win the game now, right? Because I take with check. So don't do that, guys. Queen h4 says tactical. That's probably stronger. Yeah, I think so. Threat knight g5. Yeah, it seems okay. I think there are other ways to play here. Or maybe not. You could put the queen somewhere else, right? You could put the queen maybe on, I don't know, on e2 or e3. And Is that making sense? The knight cannot move due to knight here, right? They can't really prepare this because king g8 is illegal. So I don't need. I don't think they can. I mean, I don't think they can really get at the knight, right? Or maybe you could put the queen here so that you can bring in the rook. I think it's very tough for them to take the knight. Yeah, I like that too. I'm with you, Titan, 100%. Yeah, you get d5 in and you hit the rook. You can push these pawns. So yeah, exactly. So summing up, what we have seen here in this example is that black played e5, hoping, nurturing this dream of bringing a knight to e4, like in the Rosolimo, right? If e5, they would take and they would put their knight on e4, and they would be very happy in this position. Knight is like the bishop is out of place. So the grandmaster took first. If bishop takes, we have e5, e6, and if pawn takes, unfortunately, black hangs a pawn here due to this double tactical idea, right? So yeah, the knight doesn't have legs. Yeah, you're right, but it has other fellow pieces which can help it. So that's good for the knight. All right, guys, I think that's it for today. We will continue next Thursday with the same topic. We will continue with tactical details, how we can use tactical considerations in order to pursue strategical goals, get a better pawn structure, things like that. Okay, thanks a lot to Chessable, to Chess Dojo, to Greg Shahadi and USCS. Thanks everyone who assisted today. See you next week. Bye bye.